Given the increasing strength of today's technical cybersecurity controls, it's no surprise that hackers, fraudsters, and other criminals are now exploiting vulnerable people, as well as vulnerable technology. Humans tend to bond with and trust other members of our social groups, leaving us all open to being compromised in the course of social interaction. Generally speaking, we are the weakest link. In the cybersecurity context, a number of social engineering techniques are typically used to trick and manipulate people into disabling or bypassing the technical controls, giving the attackers unauthorized and inappropriate access to valuable systems and information. Why waste days or weeks trying to hack into a secure network when a little research on social media, followed by a phone call or email to a naive employee, may be all it takes to steal their password and get in? Hi, John. Sorry to bother you. It's Peter here from the network team. We're trying to get to the bottom of the IT performance problems you've had lately on the finance system. Have you noticed how slow it gets at peak times? We think we've pinned the problem down, but before we apply the fix, we need to do some performance tests from your perspective. Would you mind doing something for me? Look, I know you can't tell me your password for security reasons, but please could you change your password on the finance system to dollars in all capitals? I'll log in, run a few reports, then make the configuration change and run the reports again to see if it's fixed. It'll only take me a little while after hours this evening, and I'll email you when I'm done so you can reset your password tomorrow morning. Great, thanks, John. I really appreciate it. Tools of the social engineering trade are email, telephones, social media, and face-to-face conversations. They have the methods, coupled with self-confidence, practiced and refined in previous attacks. With little chance of being caught, and still less chance of being prosecuted and convicted, social engineering is a natural option for hackers and fraudsters. Phishing is a massive social engineering issue at present. A phishing email or text message is crafted to look just like a legitimate contact from, say, your bank, credit card company, email supplier, or the tax office. It warns you about a problem with your account that needs to be fixed straight away. All you need to do is click the link and log in to check your details. If you do, the website you visit is not what it appears, but is controlled by the phishers. Your username and password go directly to them, allowing them to steal your identity. Phishing scams are gradually becoming more sophisticated over time. For example, using the names of people you know and mentioning your hobbies or other interests, picked up by researching you on social media and public sources. The cover stories can be quite convincing. Social engineering is a significant threat to organizations. For the most attractive targets, social engineers will go to more trouble, systematically identifying and befriending specific individuals and their colleagues over a number of weeks or months. They may initially contact potential victims through LinkedIn and similar professional forums, conferences, and groups in the conventional way, using false identities or personas. Over time, as the relationships turn into friendships and social engineers become trusted members of the group, victims become increasingly vulnerable to their charms. Using information received from one person to appear more credible to another is a powerful part of the technique. Think about that for a moment. Is it possible that someone you've met through social media is not in fact who they appear to be? How would you even know? In a face-to-face situation, you have the benefit of body language and intuition. Online, you have much less to work on. The main defense against social engineering is our awareness, hence the reason for this video. Knowing what we're up against is a good start. It's hard for us to tell you exactly what to look out for, though, because skilled social engineers are very clever. They know how to single people out and take advantage of them in ways that aren't obvious to them. If a particular technique doesn't work, they have plenty more to hand and lots of other potential targets out there. An organization with 1,000 employees has more than 1,000 possible social engineering targets because employees have family and friends, and the organization has suppliers, partners, and customers, any of whom might be the weakest link. What can we possibly do to counter social engineering threats? Look out for clues that someone may be scamming or taking advantage of you. If someone is being pushy, are they trying to manipulate you? Are they merely charming or taking an unusual interest in you? Do you get the feeling they have bad intentions? Be situational aware. Think about your circumstances. Are you working with particularly valuable information? Are you in a trusted position where an incident could be disastrous? Be discreet. The more you disclose on social media, forums, groups, and so forth, the more you are playing into the social engineer's hands. Be especially careful about sensitive information, including anything to do with your work, health, and finances. Even your relationship status could be used against you, either for blackmail or simply to take advantage of you. Use your intuition. Some things really are too good to be true. If you feel at all uncomfortable in a social situation, slow things down to regain control. Push back a little. Ask more questions. Play for time as you try to determine whether your doubts about the other person are justified or not. Ask for help if you think something is not quite right or you are unsure what to do. Received a strange email, text message, phone call, or letter asking you to do something odd, perhaps against the rules? Ask your colleagues, your manager, or the help desk for assistance. Better safe than sorry.